Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Joel.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Matt.
I'm Grandpa.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. At the moment, we're working on getting an order loaded up and on its way. There's quite a bit on this first order. We have tomatoes, yellow squash, zucchini, bell peppers, cucumbers, green beans, and sweet corn. So this morning we've been working on getting all of our chores taken care of. We've got the farm market all set up, we've got the animals taken care of, and we're just about ready to get started picking. Now all of this stuff is to be dropped off at the local supermarket, which Matthew is gonna do this morning, but first he's gonna drop us off at the field so we can start picking. We then made our way to the field. Joel and I were on the back of the truck enjoying the view. See you later, Matt. He was off to deliver the order, and then we got started picking. We are working on pickling cucumbers, and we're hoping that we get plenty for the farm market because we have even more orders. Oh my goodness. We've been picking for a little bit and we were concerned we weren't gonna get a harvest like we've been getting. If you guys remember from when we picked the cucumbers last video, we've noticed a decline in how much cucumbers we were getting because the plants were suffering from the heat. Well, the pickling cucumbers also were suffering from that heat, but we are finding some really nice pickling cucumbers, which is making us happy. Now, even though I'm not filming every day, you can guarantee that we are harvesting every day on the farm. Now, these cucumbers in particular, we have been harvesting for a little over 4 weeks. So it's about the time for the cucumbers to start dying off or slowing down in production. But from what we see here, there are still beautiful cucumbers. And depending on where you live and your weather, your cucumber harvest can be extended or it can be shorter. If we keep getting nice weather and the plants continue to produce blossoms and the bees do their job, then we should have a cucumber crop for quite some time. Although things can change very quickly. Growing food is a delicate job, and if you don't treat it as that, well, then you're gonna have problems. What do you think, Dad? Are you seeing less cucumbers here?
Yeah, but for as dry as it's been and the way the weather's been and as hot as it's been, I think they're doing well.
Oh, here we go. Here's some new growth with blossoms. There's a tiny cucumber. There's a bunch of new blossoms in here. That's what we like to see. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza?
Yeah.
Oh man, all right, so there's a local restaurant here that makes a ham and onion pizza.
Ooh, yeah.
And it is my favorite.
I know that one's pretty good.
Yeah, it is my
Ham and onion. You know what my favorite is?
What's yours?
Come on, you know my favorite.
Oh, buffalo chicken?
No,
Chicken bacon ranch. Let's
Come
go.
on.
Come on.
Daniel, what's your favorite pizza? Yeah. Ooh.
2 chicken
A
bacon
boy
ranch.
after my own heart loves his chicken bacon ranch pizza. You know what else? There's a local restaurant that does a bruschetta. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that is a good pizza.
Oh yeah.
Grandpa makes a delicious pizza.
My favorite pizza from Grandpa is his buffalo chicken. I love his buffalo chicken.
I mean, there's still a lot of blossoms here. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. I would like to get 3 more weeks out of it. Because then our next planting should be... We just got finished harvesting the pickling cucumbers. We did get less than last time, but we were kind of expecting that. It wasn't too bad, but it was definitely less. Now that we are finished with the pickling cucumbers, we are gonna get the zucchini harvested. And while we're getting the zucchini harvested, Dad and Daniel are gonna run down and turn on the pump so that we can irrigate everything that's on the drip lines. We've been fortunate that we've been able to get some rain the past week, but we still need to irrigate. And what we're hoping for is that the weather will continue to stay nice so that we can harvest for as long as possible. because I can't see all over there because of the plants.
That one's pretty trash. Got it.
Time of the year where we live, you really have to lock your doors at night, because if you don't, people will leave zucchini in your car. So yeah, they have too much zucchini, they don't know what to do with it, so they just put it in people's cars.
Have any of you guys ever had zucchini bread? If you haven't, look it up. It's actually really tasty.
Zucchini bread always got me eating my vegetables growing up. We got everything offloaded and into the cooler. Now we've got bins loaded onto the truck because we need sweet corn. Now the sweet corn that we are picking right now is for an order, so we're gonna have to keep a close track of how many ears we throw in, so we're all counting. We've got about 265 ears out of this patch, and we just decided we're gonna be moving over to a different patch. Now the reason why we want to move is that some of this sweet corn, not all of it, is not filling out completely. The tips of the ears aren't filled out with kernels. And the reason for that is because when this corn was pollinating, it was super, super dry. And what you need is for all of the silk on the sweet corn to be very, very sticky so that it can take everything it needs from the tassel. However, because it was so dry, that sweet corn silk did not stay sticky for long, which didn't allow it to pull in anything to make kernels, which is why the ends of our sweet corn did not fill out completely. We're still gonna try and pick a few more ears here, see what we can get, but we have to be very careful. I just picked a really nice ear. I'm gonna see how it looks. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with. See how the ends aren't filled out completely? Still a nice ear of corn, but if it was any worse than this, I don't think we could sell this, and I found a really good ear. Well, everyone, I thought we were gonna head over to a new patch, but as we got out through the field, the sweet corn started looking a lot nicer. Where we were harvesting at, there is a slight grade. We're essentially on a hill, and that first area that we were harvesting in, the ground was a little on the rockier side, and it didn't hold moisture. Since the sweet corn didn't have enough moisture, the roots didn't get too deep into the ground so that the sweet corn couldn't pull more moisture. And since that sweet corn wasn't able to pull as much water as this sweet corn that's not on rocky ground, the ears didn't grow as nice and they didn't fill out completely. And that does have a big effect on this sweet corn. When that sweet corn does not get enough water, that silk dries up early, and then the pollination is not as nice. However, as we move throughout the field, we've gotten to an area where there's not as many rocks, and those roots were able to develop a little bit more. And well, I'm glad we didn't just move right over to the other section. There's some nice sweet corn in here that we've been able to pull. Am I the only one having the issue where I'm pulling sweet corn and literally like stalks were coming out of the ground?
Are you kidding me, dude? That's how every ear is for me.
The best time to pick sweet corn is early in the morning because the corn is trying to pull in as much moisture as possible from the dew. But as the day goes on and the dew burns off, the sweet corn tightens back up to retain its moisture, and well, it doesn't like to let go of its ears. So that's why if you're gonna pick a lot of sweet corn, it's best to do it after it rains or early in the morning when the corn is trying to pull moisture. What variety are we pulling today?
We're pulling Montauk.
And is Montauk your favorite sweet corn?
It handles the stress the best. So if we had another variety here, we probably wouldn't have any corn at all. Okay, you gotta count, guys.
This would feel good. Right before we got started picking sweet corn, we were happy that Gavin showed up. He was taking care of the horses all morning, and he got right in and started picking sweet corn with us. Now, when it comes to sweet corn, we're picking for multiple reasons here. One big reason we're picking for is the farm market. Now, the two other reasons we're picking for, one is for a local supermarket, and the other one was actually for an amusement park, which was pretty neat. Now, this was our last bin that we needed. This one was 500 ears, and as we went out through the rows, we were actually starting to see less ears than we were seeing before. This side of the field turns into a rocky area, and as we discussed earlier, where there's a lot of rocks in the field doesn't hold moisture. And if the field doesn't hold moisture, well, that means the roots aren't going to develop on our sweet corn. At this point, Dad got a phone call and Joel and Gavin had to run off, so it was just us three finishing off the ears. Now, as much as we wanted the rest of this patch to be as nice as the middle of the field, it just wasn't happening. So we were doing our best to finish off the row, and then we were moving on to our next patch. And this is one of the most important reasons we have for keeping everything at the home farm, especially with vegetables. When we need vegetables fast, we can move from field to field. Now, this bin only needed 500 ears. So once we got all the sweet corn, we loaded up and we went back home. Now, we had to move over to our next patch because we finished off that patch over there. Now, the variety we moved over to was a thinner and longer ear, but it's still nice sweet corn. This is the best way to get back to the truck, taking a ride. The first bin that we harvested today is for us. The second bin was in order, and the third bin was in order. And we needed specific count in the second and third bin. But now we've got all of our sweet corn picked that we needed to harvest today, and it is just about lunchtime. But before we head home and eat, we're gonna grab some peppers quick. Look at these beans. These are some nice beans. Ignore all the rocks. You know, these beans are growing pretty nice with all these rocks. Now, this is all we're gonna get picked for now. The boys are gonna be back out this afternoon to harvest peppers. The girls only needed a few things immediately, so we just wanted to get those before we head back to the farm. Well, I don't know about you, but that was a successful morning of picking. Now we're heading back to the farm. It's sweet.
You guys just picked it?
Yep.
Can I take some?
No, you have to take. No, kidding. Go ahead, go ahead.
Can I? It's still warm.
This
Is the other one empty in there?
All right, we just came in for lunch, and this is what Grammy has for lunch. This is our neighbor, Colleen.
Hi.
She yells at us as we pick sweet corn by her house. It's terrible. And she sits in her pool when it's 100 degrees while we pick sweet corn. But Grammy has got lunch here, so we're ready to eat. We just got finished with eating lunch, so I am gonna head up to the house. I have some editing to do, and that means I'll see you guys later. All right, so Andy's gonna do some editing this afternoon, and I can't even blame him for cutting out on work today because the weather's too nice, so I don't think that's actually what he's doing. I think he might actually be going to edit some videos. So Daniel and Gavin and I have some peppers to pick. We need hot cherry, and what's the other one we need, Daniel? Jalapenos. So we're gonna pick some of that. There's a lot of these here.
All right, so we got 3 baskets of hot cherry peppers and a basket of jalapenos. We should pick more, but we have a couple other jobs we got to get done, so we're gonna just run this stuff home since they're out of jalapenos.
Hey everyone, I just got back from editing. From what I've heard, the boys have been working on tons of stuff this afternoon.
I was getting ground ready for us to plant the last planting of green beans.
And what did you work on, Daniel?
I worked on planting the green beans.
And what did you work on today?
I fed some horses, picked some corn, picked some peppers. That's about it.
Yeah, that's the best baby toy ever. A fence tightener. After I got finished with editing, I came down with Callie, and she's down here helping us put the store away.
That makes sense.
Ding, ding, ding. We just got the farm market closed up and everything put away. Right now, Dad is up cutting oats with the combine. We're gonna see if we can get Callie in her first combine ride. We'll see what can happen. So what do you think, Callie? What do you think of your first combine ride? Are you having fun? She keeps trying to grab Grandpa's wheel, so we gotta keep an eye on that. The oat yield is okay. We use these oats for cow feed, so they really help pay for our feed bill. We like raising oats. We try and get a little bit every year just to supplement the cost of feeding our animals. And this year, the yield isn't great, but we're happy with what we get. Thank you, Grandpa. Bye. Bye-bye. Alrighty, everybody. We have made it into the house. Lauren, what are we having for dinner tonight?
Tacos.
Oh, it's Taco Thursday. It doesn't roll off the tongue like Taco Tuesday, but it's all I got right now.
Bye-bye.